More energy strikes the Earth from the sun in an hour than the entire world uses in a year. What we need to do is make the better mousetrap, create the technology that only we have that requires a certain level of technology to be able to produce it effectively, reliably, and something that will have a long lifetime. So that's what we're doing in the United States. That's what we're doing here at the lab, is to try to produce those type of technologies. The things that's really gotten me into it and has sustained me in it is the ability to make an impact in society. There's a large concern when I was in my career, starting my career out as an engineer and scientist, that no, they just like to play in their sandbox and you're never going to impact the world. So the chance of actually getting out and making an impact in society, I saw this as an opportunity to do that. Looking at the tools that we have here that we can use for processing solar materials, for modeling new solar materials and coming up with a great new best thing that people are going to have on their rooftops in 15 years. That's incredibly exciting. And so we have the mechanized stages here to move the solar cell around. So we essentially sweep that 3-micron illuminated area across the solar cell. And instead of telling you what the performance of your solar cell is across that square centimeter, we can tell you what the solar cell performance is across that square centimeter at 3-micron resolution. So this is a two-dimensional map of the performance of the solar cell. A lot of presentations that I give, I do a poll almost every time and ask who has solar installed on their house. Nobody. And it's a simple reason, because it's too expensive. We can't afford it. So that's the challenge. That's the big thing, is to try to get electrons that can be produced by solar cells to be as cheap as electrons that come out of your wall at home. There's essentially two knobs that you can turn on trying to get solar cells to be more cost competitive. One is increasing the number of electrons that are produced per square meter. That's the efficiency. So there's lots of people who are working on getting the efficiency higher and higher and higher. The highest efficiency solar cell right now is about 42% efficient, but it's cost about $1 million per square centimeter or something like that. That's not high market penetration product. What we need to focus on is getting the cost down. There's models that show with decent efficiency, mid-teens efficiency, you can really get down to that 7 cents per kilowatt hour. And technology is taking it there. There's new materials that we're looking at, new ways of processing the old materials, both single crystal, polycrystalline, and thin film devices. There's even new materials that we're considering that are earth abundant and non-toxic materials. So Oak Ridge does a really good job about taking that technology from the lab out into the marketplace. We have 148 R&D 100 awards, which is second only to GE. And the R&D magazine awards 100 of those awards every year to the most impactful technologies that are created in the country, actually in the world. So for the Oak Ridge to rank second to including private companies and other national labs, and that really speaks well to how we like to transfer that technology out to the marketplace. So what we do is we interact with companies and show them that when you're producing this type of grain structure, you're producing bad solar cells. So this is what we might need to change about your process to get you high performance across the entire cell. I like doing cool science. We have capabilities here that exist nowhere else in the world. Being able to look at particular atoms inside of materials, being able to use a neutron source, being able to heat materials up at incredibly high rates. Not only that, but the people that are here. You can find somebody who knows an incredible amount of practically anything that you can look at. So I can go and talk to the expert in the field. And more oftentimes than not, the level of expertise here is unmatched anywhere. Being in kind of a unique position of strength with the laboratory and having the ability to make that impact is just an incredibly great position to be in, and I think one that we can sustain for a while.